we received a leaked memo that was written to the Nigerian Navy Hospital, Calabar, informing them of the federal government's intention, that's the Federal Ministry of Health's intention, to train users of the gene expert machine that has been lying fallow at the Nigerian Navy Hospital in Calabar since its commissioning by President Muhammadu Buhari. That machine has been lying fallow all this while. We wonder why the federal government at a time like this, in a state that has not recorded any case of COVID-19 pandemic since its inception, as a matter of fact, the only state yet to do that. We are wondering as a state why they are in so much of a hurry to train people in Calabar on the use of the machine. But that is not the major point of worry. That this memo was sent to the management of Nigerian Navy Hospital Calabar without prior notification to Cross River State government through the Ministry of Health or through the Commissioner for Health or through the state epidemiologist is what we find a little worrisome. Don't forget that the letter states that test kits, cartridges, are going to be sent to the hospital, over 200 cartridges, to the hospital, the Nigerian Navy Hospital Calabar, by the NCDC to use as training for the test run training. Meaning that in the course of training the trainees, they will have to see positive test samples, what they look like, and negative test samples, what they look like. What is the implication? That they will be importing some positive test samples that will be shown to the trainees in the course of the training alongside the negative test samples. And so we are worried about this purported plan to ensure that positive test kits are sent to our state through the Nigerian Navy Hospital. Positive samples are sent through the Nigerian Navy Hospital. We have the University of Calabar Teaching Hospital, which is a federal medical center, a federal university teaching hospital. One is now wondering, or one is tempted to think, why didn't they use the University of Calabar Teaching Hospital instead? But decided to move to the Nigerian Navy Hospital, which is a little more private by their operation. We are worried about this, and it is important that we bring to fore this agenda, this very crooked agenda by the Federal Ministry of Health in collaboration with the Center for Tuberculosis to bring in positive samples into our state in the name of training people on the use of the gene expert machine. Nigerian Navy should not be used as a tool for the import and the importation of COVID-19 to our state.
I think Africans should come to that realization that it is not vaccines, it is healthy living. Give people jobs. Thabo Mbeki once told the world, don't tell us about giving us HIV drugs in South Africa. Give us money. Let us improve our agriculture. Let everybody have a job and is working and is living healthy. HIV virus will disappear. The same thing with coronavirus. It will sound very controversial, but they should know that I'm talking from sound intellectual and scientific background. The virus itself, the test method itself, the PCR test method, is an unreliable test method and is never to be used for diagnostic purpose, but for genomic sequencing, for just research purposes. But PCR is being used, test kits are being produced, test kit manufacturers are making cool money. If I test you and you're coronavirus positive, what do I do? There is no vaccine today, there is no established, approved international treatment protocol. However, you have also announced that some people have recovered. Those people who have recovered, why don't you go and take their serum? Their serum shows that if they have recovered, it means they now have the antibody against the virus. So go take their serum, do a synthesis of their serum based on the electrophoresis, and synthesize and mass produce the vaccine. Why can't federal government start putting money on the research on the production of that vaccine in Nigeria? We have professors of virology, intelligent Nigerian professors of virology, lying waste in the universities. With the money you have now, you can set up a proper vaccine production plant, a first of its kind, a world-class vaccine, and very easy. I teach immunology in a university, and what do? That healthy man that you say has recovered, you have discharged 19, you have discharged 20, they have recovered. That means that those people are strong and healthy enough that their antibodies they have generated, you can extract it and pass it through a Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy, through a dictionary to establish the active ingredients, active immunoglobulins that responded to your the coronavirus.